Hello, girls and my knit sisters. I came back on to do a video about those socks that I did with the Pairfect yarn. Um, I got them finished. I've had them finished for a little while, but I didn't do this video. But anyway, here is the finished product of one Saki Poo. And here is the other Saki Poo. I got them both done. This is just living proof that they were both done. And let me tell you about my experience with this yarn. That's the reason that I wanted to do a video. You know, I love the fact that this yarn makes its little pattern, and it's very pretty. It's a very pretty pattern, and all of that. You know, I'm used to working with the alpaca yarn, and I have to say I like alpaca better, much better. This is wool, and for some reason I'm able to use it and I don't get all itchy in the whole bed. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the medication I'm on for this plaque psoriasis. I don't know. I'll try some more wool yarn at a different time. I won't, however, use this yarn again. And the reason being, it is a little scratchy to me. It's not real soft. I don't really like that. Doesn't have a lot of, I don't think it has a lot of stretch, and it doesn't have, it's just, I don't know what it is about it. It's just not as soft as that yarn I usually use, and I'm just so used to using that soft yarn that I just don't like this. I just don't like this. It's a shame because I love the pattern it makes, and I would love to be able to do it again. I would love to be able to make another pair and with a different type of yarn, but you know, a different pattern. But I just don't like working with it, and life's too short. You know, it's just too short. So, and I had an issue with the toes as usual on these, not necessarily the closing. I have pretty much figured out how to close a toe now, and that I like the way the shape it makes and the way it looks. And that I got off of their site, basically. But I don't bind off like they say to bind off. I decided I didn't like that. I did a Kitchener on one of these, and on the other one I did just pull the yarn through the stitches and then close it that way. Kitchener is the best, I think, of all of them, but I don't like doing it. So there you go. It just depends on which poison I want to choose. As you can see, I did, because I was experimenting. This is the Kitchener, and it makes a wider, rounder toe. And this is the where I just pulled all of them together, and then I sewed it on the outside. And so, I mean, they both close. They both, you know, but they're a little bit different. This makes a wider toe box, and this makes a narrower toe box. And with you have a lot of stretch, doesn't matter. But if you don't, then it does. Okay, so the other thing that I had an issue with, and that was probably my own misunderstanding or misreading of the instructions about how to use the yarn. But it was my understanding that when you got to the end of this, you started the leg, and then when you got down past this, then you started the heel, which I did. When the blue came back up, you started the heel, and then you did your foot, and then when the toe came up, you started your toe. And for me, starting my toe meant starting my decreases on my toe. Well, I thought it looked short, but I thought, well, it might just be because of the colors the way they are that it looks that it's just an illusion. No, it was not, because when I finished the sock, I finished the first sock, and David um, tried the sock on, and the heel of the sock was about, well, just a little past the middle of his foot. So it didn't fit him. So I, learned a lot on this sock about picking up little bitty stitches and stuff. So I just cut off the end of the toe and unraveled the yarn till I came to the yarn coming in one piece and everything was together. And so I picked up all the stitches and got it all back on right. And then I knitted farther out. I just knitted straight farther out, which is what I should have done. But, I'm not an experienced sock knitter. I'm not a sock knitter. I'm becoming one, I guess, but I'm having to learn as I go along because I screw these things up all the time. But anyway, I learned how to, and I just came on out and did it. And then when I found out it was about time for him, and actually what I did, which was stupid on my part, I should have just measured the sock when I got done, and I would have known to keep going. But I just went to his measurement and then started decreasing, and it worked out, and they both fit him, and he likes them. So everything's fine, but I did have to rip that toe out and do it again. And, and I was at the toe. I was actually at this part on the other sock when he tried on the first sock and found out the toes weren't big long enough. So rip, and do. And so, I got them done and all, and everything's fine. But all this ripping out and doing and redoing stuff is really kind of a pain in the rear end. And so this will be the last pair of socks I will do for some time. I'm going to move on to something else. Probably a baby blanket for my niece, maybe, or something else. I don't know. Her baby's not due for a while. But while it's cold, I will probably knit a blanket for that baby or something. She's having another girl. Jessica, my niece, is pregnant again. She's the one that has Savannah and Christian, the older boy, and then Savannah, who she just had a year and 18 months ago, I think. And now she's pregnant again. I think she's due in April, something like that. So, she says they hadn't planned on the baby. She just didn't think she could get pregnant because she had to do IVF with Savannah. So anyway, that's what happens. That's what happens. But anyway, I think she had just lost a whole bunch of weight and everything, and now she's getting, pregnant, prego fat, and she's not happy about it. But tough rocks. That's what happens. Anyway, so my Pairfect socks, I think I really enjoyed doing them. I enjoyed doing them until I had to rip out that toe. And then I thought, oh my God, I can't wait to get done with these. So I am done, thank God. And I'm not going to be knitting socks again for a while. So I'm back to being not a sock knitter for a while. And, so that's my take on Pairfect yarn. I wish they made it softer. I know some wool is very soft and this is not. It's at Regia, and I don't really like Regia yarn anyway, and this is no exception. It's just rough. It's rough and I don't like it. So until next time, ladies, knit your heart out. Love y'all. Bye.